Yesterday there was tension in parts of Plateau State. Quite a number of people, youths, women came out to say that they were tired with the incessant attacks in about 8 villages in Mangu. Last time I checked, there was a report ascribed to you that said the death toll had risen to above 85. Before I get to ask you now what the death toll is, I think we should first delve into the origin of how did we get here? Is this just the normal regular attacks? Does this have anything to do with the farmer elders clashes? What exactly is the genesis of these attacks on villages in Mango local government? Chief, you can continue.
Like I said, sometimes in April, in fact, first week of April, a young man went to his farm. Some headsmen, young men came and met him, and they hit him with a stick, and he fell down and died. That was the genesis of the whole thing.
Hmm.
We snowballed to what we are having today. And when they killed him, the youths were infuriated, and alarm was raised, and the people went there. So unfortunately, a Fulani, a man was there. So they also, as a retaliation, they killed him. Then soon after, Mwaghavul man was also killed by headsmen. So you see 3 deaths, 2 Mwaghavul people and 1 headsman. So that created problem for us around that axis, precisely around Murish. And that was
Precisely around where, sir?
Murish,
Moorish. Okay.
a village in Komboni district.
Okay.
So that created problem between the headsmen and the Mwaghavul youth, and that sparked the burning, killings, and destruction of property. We were able to contain it after some deaths. It was settled. Had series of meetings at the local government level. Had series of meetings summoned by the paramount chief of the land, and we thought everything was over. We were ready to live in peace, and this time is very critical to the people because it's famine season, and largely they are agrarian. Uh, Mangu local government, the highest production of corn or maize is from Mangu local government. The highest production of Irish potato is from Mangu local government. And therefore, the timing of this thing is looking very suspicious because we cannot see the effect of the thing immediately now because people cannot go back to their farm. And planting of this maize is time bound. Planting of Irish potato is time bound. By the time you miss it, then you are in trouble. So that's the problem we have now.
When you
And
say the time, when you say the timing,
having agreed that we will stay in peace.
mm,
Then all of a sudden, last Tuesday, early in the morning, around 1 a.m., I think that must have been on the 16th of this month, 1 a.m. And as people were sleeping, the herdsmen came and attacked them around Kubat and Fungzai. Mass killing of people, burning people, killing women. As you are trained, it's night. So when it's night and you are sleeping, that's the weakest point of your life. And people they were just killing and burning everywhere. Daybreak, no intervention. There was no security, no proactive action. That generated kind of killing and burning of properties, spill over to many villages around 3 districts. There's Kombon district, Buai district, and Mango district. And that continued for some days. I spill over to Panyam and push it and Gendry districts. So invariably, I was talking to you now. There are about 7 districts in Mango local government that are affected.
mm.
And they have sacked people in their more than 50 villages around there, and people uh, out of their place, and humanitarian crisis that the local government cannot handle, the community cannot handle. And I'm talking to you, we have not seen Nema, we have not seen Sema. We are just orphans.
Okay, because I was going to ask you what the level of involvement of security agencies, the police, perhaps the volunteer guards, and other security forces or agents in this particular crisis, especially in the aftermath of the first attack. Were they notified? Were they involved? Or have they also been mute, like you said about Sema and Nema?
Well, there is when you are handling a problem, or a challenge, or a crisis, whichever one you want to use of this magnitude, there must be commensurable the presence of security men. So the few security men on ground are overstretched, the few police were there overstretched. I must say that if you count the number of police in Mangu local government, I doubt it are up to 200. And you see that kind of crisis, the few police we have on the ground, of course they did their best, but again overstretched, and there's little they can do. Even the military, the STF on ground are overstretched. The dimension went to a level that so many villages were attacked simultaneously, and therefore it becomes very difficult for the few security men on ground to handle it. So if uh, uh, a good intervention had taken place, I think this thing would have been scuttled and we wouldn't have
How
the problem we
concerned?
have at
How
hand.
what level of concern has the Plateau State government shown so far? Or has Governor Simon Lalong simply left you to your fate, perhaps because he's leaving office?
Well, there are certain areas that are political question. I'm not a politician. I've not been one. I've never handled a membership card of any political party in my life, and therefore I try to avoid political question. But again, I know that uh, uh, God is the strongest person you can know
But the governor is
as a
the
human
governor
being.
is the chief
And
security officer
aside
of
God,
the state.
wait, I'm coming. Aside God, government, there is no person that is stronger than government. There is no community that is stronger than government. There is no group that is stronger than government. And I know that because of that, I know that if government had come out forcefully, using our powers, this wouldn't have had this situation we find ourselves. So to me, I think government relaxed too much. And as I'm talking to you, the presence of security men on ground is grossly inadequate.
Right, Chief Gunkwat, I'm also concerned as to you made a statement initially. You said the timing of these attacks quite suspicious. What are you making? What are the suspicions? What are the thoughts that you have been hearing out there that makes you think that the timing
Well,
is something that should be called to question?
we call the question in the context that I've told you that my people are very hardworking, very hardworking. Indeed, they are very peaceful. Since we had started this crisis in 2001, Plateau State, Mangu local government lives have been very peaceful. And even when we had a meeting with the GOC on Saturday, the headsmen attested to the fact that Mangu people are very peaceful, very accommodating. They attested to that. And why I say the timing is looking suspicious is that the people are very hardworking and they're farmers, and and if you attack them, or if you anything that goes back now, like I told you, you cannot plan your mess, you cannot plan your Irish potato, and this is where is the is big is the strongest economic instrument they have. So you are introducing poverty because they cannot farm. Their economic life is destroyed. And secondly, why I say suspicious to look at what happened in Bassa, Barikin Lati, Riom, and Bakos. It boils down to land grabbing because there are so many villages there that our neighbors cannot go there. And as it is now, because of this crisis, burn down our house, bring it down to foundation, people cannot go there. So suspicious in the sense that is land grabbing. People cannot go back. And the only person who can make them go back is government. Because no one is stronger than government. Government can make my people go back. Just like neighbors in Barikin, Ladi, Riom, and Bokos. Government can make them go back. I was telling the GOC on Saturday that you say I stay in peace and I'm not staying in my land. Will I be peaceful? That's the problem. So suspicion in the context of land grabbing.
Interesting. Well, it's a really hard one, Chief Gankwat. But you have. I was
Mm,
going to ask what your recommendations are, but you have already said that government looks like the only one that can intervene and then get you closer to
yes.
a solution. But as the national president of the Development Association of Marvel, okay,
Mwaghavul.
I'm wondering, are you
Yes.
engaging with perhaps we know that Governor Simon Lalong is in the twilight of his administration. Somebody else is most likely coming in. Are you engaging with perhaps some of the political figures around, perhaps from those who are coming in, to see if they can help you find a lasting solution to this?
You see, I agree with you. You know, when you are left to self-help, you can go out and partner with any person who will bring back peace in the land. I mean, we will not will appreciate if there are if individuals who engage with us, non-governmental organizations who will engage with us, so that peace will return and people go back to their ancestral land and continue with their business. And unfortunately for us, or fortunately for us, whichever one you want to take it, the person who is taken over from the Lalong is the son of the soil. So I do not know, but like I said, um, we'll partner with any person who's willing to help. We are not saying that this flying will go away. I mean, this headsman, we've been friends with intermarried, like I said in our press conference. Some of them are really trusted friends. Some of them are really personal friends. But the important thing that we stay and stay in peace, so that everybody will earn his living and wait for time when God will call him. You know, because staying, no one makes any gain in crisis. No one's make any gains in kind of situation like this. We don't. We like the headsmen. We've been together we've accommodated them for several years, centuries, and I cannot see reason of any confrontation at this time. But you see, I'm also happy that when we had a meeting on Saturday, they told the GLC that it's largely some people come from outside and influence them. Because it was a frank talk. You know, when you don't tell the truth, there will be no peace. When there is no justice, no peace.
It's well, Chief Gankwa, just on a final note, what's the death toll from the attacks from last week? Do you have any idea what it is now?
We are talking about 200. I wouldn't know the number from on the other side, but the number on us this side, the last time, like I told you, we buried about 85 corpses. Since then, we have buried severally, so many number. So we are not taking any inventory now because there are so many places you cannot go. There corpses are still trapped in so many houses, and corpses are thrown in ponds, in pits, and in wells. So we've not really sat to take inventory of the death oil. But a conservative estimate can be given at
Chief
over
Gunkat,
200
I
deaths.
sincerely condole with you and the people of Mangu, and I hope that I'm sure the rest of Nigeria does, and hope that you can find an immediate resolution and peace can return to Mangu and the entire Plateau state. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
Good morning.
thank you.
All right, you too, sir.
I
Thank you.
appreciate. Have a great day.